Y'all see the title? Do you really need another compressor? This video is about how to make good purchasing decisions when all of these new plugins come out and we can get confused and persuaded by the nice marketing and how it looks and all the people who are giving their feedback and saying, yeah, this is the plugin that you didn't know that you were missing and all kind of stuff. I am going to share how I make decisions on whether or not I am going to purchase a new plugin, because if you're like me, you probably already have a decent amount of plugins. Do I really need another one? Not really, but you'll see me actually in real time make a decision on whether or not I will purchase this plugin or not, or if I will in the future. I'm sure from the thumbnail you know exactly what compressor we're going to be talking about today, that I'm sure y'all have been hearing about because I've been hearing about it, and I've been hearing a lot of great things. But let's see for ourselves the great things. All right, so here we have it. Undertone Audio and collaboration or powered by Mixland, The Unfair Child. I have never heard an unfair child in real life. I'm sure we've all probably heard songs that an unfair child was used on, but I've never heard one, so I can't mentally compare it to that. But that's not even what I'm here to do. I don't care about none of that. I care about if this will be a useful tool really for me every day when I'm mixing songs. So I go in with no expectations. I don't really know what this is gonna sound like. I'm just gonna sit here and we're gonna figure out what's going on, and we're gonna listen and we're gonna see if we like it or if we don't like it. I'm not gonna say, oh, it needs to act like a fair child. I'm just gonna listen and see if I like it or not. That's literally all I do. If I can use it in the future, that's all I care about. I don't care about none of the other stuff for real, because I have never used a real Fairchild before, so all I can do is judge based off of if I like it or not and if it'll be useful for me in my toolbox. What I like to do is put this plugin on all individual sounds in the mix and just play around and do everything. Try to break the plugin, put the plugin in every possible position, every which way that I can think of to put the plugin in. Then I'm gonna put it on the buses, then I'm gonna put it on the mix bus. I'm just gonna do all kind of weird stuff and see what happens and see what I like. And then maybe if we need to, we might check out the manual, because I'm already looking at the plugin and I'm seeing something down here. I'm not really sure what they're talking about down here. Obviously there's a sidechain situation, that's cool, but I don't know what's going on with this attack and release kind of stuff. I can't say I'm 100% sure what DC threshold might actually mean or what that might actually be doing per se, but we're gonna mess around with it and we're gonna hear what we think it's doing and go from there. But we might read the manual and see if we get some information from that. All the other stuff we gonna get to it when we get to it. All right, so let's get into it. Let's go real fast. So I'm gonna start with the vocal. So what I like to do is I'll put the plugin on my mix bus. So in this case, I'm going to mute all the music and I'm going to mute the background vocals. So I'm gonna listen with the lead vocals right now. Also, this shit is big. First thing, the plugin looks cool. It's a nice looking plugin. It looks cool. It's kind of large though. I see we got UI size right here. So I kind of wish there was slightly an in between, but because the words are a little small there, but this is like this is actually a pretty good size. I would like it to just be a smidge smaller, but it's cool though. We'll keep it there. Yeah, I'm really being nitpicky already. So we're going to start with a vocal. Let's listen.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no rhyme or reason. See, it's women like you that make it hard to love again. No, need no proof, it's clear that you fucking with other men. Swear this the last time I showed that I'm vulnerable. I made it clear that I wanted you. You took advantage cause I got too comfortable. Baby, that ain't what you wanted to. You must not know, girl, that I'm with the business. Bought a new whip, girl, you see how I'm living. I'm elevated.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. It's adding some nice thickness there. It's adding some nice thickness there. I'm not mad at it. Let's add some oversampling. Let's see what's going on. Hold on a second.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no rhyme or reason. See, it's women like you that make it hard to love again. No, need no proof, it's clear that you.
Okay, I will say it's heavy on the CPU. Y'all see up here, my CPU is going crazy right now. I am on 16 oversampling, so maybe I should relax.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no rhyme or reason. See, it's women like you that make it hard to love again. No, need no proof, it's clear that you fucking with other men. Swear this the last time I showed that I'm vulnerable. I made it clear that I wanted you. You took advantage cause I got too comfortable. Baby, that ain't.
I mean, 16 do sound kind of like better in a weird way, more full range or something, but 4 sounds, I like 4 and 16 in this situation. We're just gonna go for it right now because of the CPU. Let's A-B one more time.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no rhyme or reason.
This sounds good.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I ain't gonna cap. This is different. This already sounds different than like almost any other compressor that I've ever used that's a plugin. Before I get ahead of myself, let me continue.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no rhyme or reason.
Also, I love that the default comes up with the VU on because it makes you listen and not focus on the gain reduction.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no rhyme or reason. No need no proof, it's clear that you fucking with other men. Swear this the last time I show that I'm vulnerable. I made it clear that I wanted you. You took advantage cause I got too comfortable.
Alright, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. This is different. It's different for sure. It's not your regular compressor, bro. Like, they doing something different. I don't know what they doing, but it's different. It sounds different. So the only analog compressors that I've used CL1B 1176, Distressor, DBX 160. What else? I've used some other stuff. What else have I used? But those are the ones that I've used the most, at least. There is a certain way that analog compressors compress the signal, LA2A, that for some reason, I don't think digital plugins really get it right. There are some that get it close. There are some UAD plugins that kind of get it close, but it's just a way that it compresses the signal and it sounds and feels different. And then there's a texture and a character that the compressor imparts on the signal. To my ear, it's already doing all of that and it sounds different. I didn't think I was gonna say this. I ain't gonna lie. I thought I was gonna be a tough critic, but this sounds good. They have done a great job with this. This is very good.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no rhyme or reason. See, it's women like you that make it hard to love again. Baby, that ain't what you wanna do. You must not know, girl, that I'm with the business. Bought a new whip, girl, you see how I'm living. I'm elevating, they see how I'm winning. Girl, I chose you out of all of these bitches. But it's women like you that make it hard to love again. And it's women like.
Okay.
And it's women like you that flex and say you need no man. And it's women like you that make us men.
Okay, so when I change this, it seems like there's some kind of maybe threshold change or something. So I'm assuming this is bringing the threshold down to the signal, and maybe this is bringing the threshold away or from the signal or something.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no rhyme or reason. See, it's women like you that make it hard to love again.
But it kind of sounds like the knee is changing or something. I don't know. I'm not sure.
See, it's women like you that make it hard to love again. No need no proof. I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no rhyme or reason. See, it's women like you that make it hard to love again. No need no proof.
Oh.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no rhyme or reason.
Oh, I think I know what's going on.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces.
Okay. I think for the I wonder what the difference is between each of these then, because it seems like maybe I'm controlling the attack and release of maybe this is variable of these 4 settings, but wonder what the differences are between each of them. Off rip, this sounds pretty good. We're going to do some crazy stuff now. It sounds good. We're just going to have fun.
I done showed my heart and it fell to pieces. It's a shame we play this game out no rhyme or reason. See, it's women like you that make it hard to love again. I'll just be a hoe. I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe.
Alright, we're gonna put on some background vocals.
I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe.
So this is what the backgrounds sound like.
I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe. Can't end up just fucking you. I'll just be a hoe. I will never say I do. I'll just be a hoe. I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe. Can't end up just fucking you. I'll just be a hoe. I'll never say I do. I'll just be a hoe. I'll just be a hoe. I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe. Can't end up just fucking you. I'll just be a hoe. I will never say.
It sounds like it gets a little louder on the sides when I go to this, I guess it's MS Link.
I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe. Can't end up just fucking you. I'll just be a hoe. I will never say I do. I'll just be a hoe.
It's pretty good. I wonder what the difference between MS and MS Link is.
I'll just be a hoe. I'll never say I do. I'll just be a hoe. I'll just be a hoe. I'll just be.
Oh, that's kind of fire.
I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe.
That's crazy.
I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe. Can't end up just fucking you. I'll just be a hoe. I will never say I do. I'll just be a hoe. I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe. Can't end up just fucking you. I'll just be a hoe. I'll never say I do. I'll just be a hoe.
Bro, this is kind of cool. And then I can mix it in, so then I can be adding some width, but then some texture and some distortion with this.
I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a.
This is good. I don't know what the difference between these are, though. That's what I'm kind of confused about. I just feel like it gets wider when I go to MS Link. All right, let's go to bass. That's nice. That's nice. This is nice. It's a good plug-in for sure. Let's try it on this guitar. This is good, man. It just sounds so good. My only complaint right now is I can't use a bunch of them. Because why is it so CPU intensive? Jesus Christ. I'm not going to say it's blowing me away, but I am going to say it is one of the better compressors on the market. 100% for sure, without a doubt. Let's check on the piano. It could be a creative tool as well. You can go kind of overboard, but doesn't let you get too crazy. Like, it's cool. Okay, let's bring everything back.
I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe. Can't end up just fucking you. I'll just be a hoe. I will never say I do. I'll just be a hoe. I'll just be a hoe. I'll just be a hoe. I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe. Can't end up just fucking you. I'll just be a hoe. I will never say I do. I'll just be a hoe. 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 I don't want no love from you. I'll just be a hoe.
I don't know if I would do that, but I like the effect. Let's check out the manual. I'm assuming I can hit this. Liddy. All right. How many pages is it? That's something that I like to know. Oh, okay. I wasn't going to read this, but then I saw some words in here that make me want to read it. Thank you for diving into the Undertone Audio's exciting new adventure in digital audio. We could not be more excited about this first foray with the Unfairchild 670M Mark II. The process of creating this plugin was a journey, to be sure. It started with innocent optimism, transitioned to exasperated frustration, and ended with a feeling of exuberant satisfaction. Making mathematical algorithms sound like vacuum tubes is not easy. Did a great job, I'll say that. Analog circuits like the Unfairchild behave more like living, breathing organisms. Nothing they do is linear or predictable. See, maybe that's the difference. So they added some non-linear unpredictability. Maybe that's what I'm hearing as far as how it compresses. Mathematical formulas and algorithms are by nature predictable facts. It took a huge amount of effort and experimentation to inject the sensation of unpredictable analog circuitry into this plugin. As you adjust controls on this plugin, you will feel all of the different personalities of the Unfairchild emerge and morph from one to another. The personality that shows up for 4 to 5 dB of compression is profoundly different than the personality that comes crushing in with 15 to 20 dB of compression. We are very excited about the innovations this plugin brings to the crowded landscape of compressor plugins. Big fact, very crowded landscape, but definitely standing out already. And we cannot wait to hear what it brings to your creative world. Eric Valentine. All right, well, this is what I had. MS Link. When set to MS Link mode, the mono and stereo compression are linked together, so the stereo image will not fluctuate. You can now use the input gain controls to change the balance between the mono and stereo signals. This can be used to widen and narrow. MS. When set to the MS mode, the Unfairchild will compress all of the mono information with channel A and all the stereo information with channel B. In this mode, the mono and stereo information will be compressed differently, and consequently, the stereo image may fluctuate when differences occur. That's interesting because I feel like the stereo image changed when we went to MS Link. It definitely felt wider and louder on the sides. But that's so interesting, fascinating. Time constant. Okay, the time constant rotary switch provides the original 1 through 6 Fairchild presets and provides 4 more settings. VAR 1 through 4 for added flexibility. With settings 1 through 6, the attack and release times are preset. var 1 through 4 allow you to access the variable attack and release controls located on the lower panel. Okay, that makes sense. Are they set attack and release times and then we get to adjust based off that? Can 1 be the same as 2 technically with me adjusting attack and release times? DC threshold. This control does 2 things. It adjusts the range of volume that the threshold control is sensitive to. Okay. And it changes the ratio or knee of compression. Ooh. In the fully counterclockwise position, the unfair child will be sensitive to the lowest range of input levels and have the softest knee. As the control is turned clockwise, the ratio increases and the threshold becomes less sensitive and requires a higher threshold setting to maintain the same. In my assessment of the plugin, when I'm putting it on all of these things, I'm thinking, what are its strengths and weaknesses? Obviously, this has a very analog flavor and a very analog-esque style of compression, but also style of harmonic distortion and character. And I think I would use this more often, probably on a very special sound in the song or on buses, like a music bus, a vocal bus, drum bus or something. I actually didn't use this on drums. I have another session that I was going to use, but I realized very quickly that the plugin is pretty good and I was like, I'm sure it sounds great on drums. So I think in that case, it's okay that it requires so much CPU. Weaknesses is the CPU, but that's really it. It is very unique. It already stands out in the way it compresses. I haven't used any Acoustica plugins, so I can't speak to them, and I'm sure there's a lot of other plugin companies that I've never used, but from using a real analog compressor and using a lot of digital compressors, there is a certain way that analog compressors grab the signal and the way it sounds running through it. It has a sound. And oftentimes, to me, plugins don't replicate that same quality, but they still sound great and you can still get great results. But oftentimes, I have to use other plugins to try to add or simulate that myself. And it's never the same, but it gives you a hint of the flavor. This has that. And I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what they did differently and why they just hopped in the game, so it seems, and did this, and other plugin companies haven't. I don't know what's up with that. A couple critiques is if I could link certain parameters, right? If I go to factory default, if I could like link this input gain and maybe like my makeup gain or something so that I could more easily, or maybe if there was just auto gain on it, if I could keep my volume a little more consistent, because it is a plugin and it'd be nice, to use that capability, whether it be auto gain or whether I could like hold down shift or something, or maybe not shift because it does that, or maybe like, I don't know, control or something, and then click this and then they link or something and I could like do them at the same time or something, that would be kind of cool. That's interesting. I was just holding down control and then like your mouse disappears and you can forever scroll, and I like that because I hate when I'm scrolling on a plugin or I'm like changing the frequency, I go off screen and then I gotta come back to the dial and change the frequency some more, and I gotta keep doing one of these things. That's kind of annoying because I'm using the trackball, but that's really the only thing. I wish I could have some auto gain kind of situation, or maybe there is and I'm just missing it. I do think this is a plugin that I would use as a main part of my tool set. I could definitely see me putting this on the mix bus or on buses for sure, and just imparting some character on a sound that I want to impart this type of flavor on. It's a unique color. Do I think you need it? No, I don't think you need it at all, but I think that it is definitely a standout amongst compressors. This is how you make an entrance to me. If you're going to make a plugin, I definitely think you should make something that stands out, because why invest all of that time and money and energy into something and people have already done it before? Like, you're just making something that has already been created. So I like that this is a standout to me already. Even just the way it compresses is more than enough. There's nothing like this already as far as how it compresses. This is how I go through figuring out if I'm going to get a new plugin or not. Again, I do not think you need this plugin, but I will say it's a standout compressor. The way it compresses is so reminiscent, I guess, of analog compressors. It sounds like analog compression to me. That's the video. You can make the decision for yourself. I definitely recommend getting a 14-day free trial, but I think this plugin is very unique and it definitely stands out amongst the compressors that are already out in the market for sure. Just the way it compresses, it sounds very similar to how analog compressors compress audio. Will I get it? I would buy it. It's on sale for $99 right now. This is the perfect time to buy it. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible. Within the next week or two, I might venture over to that website. If you're liking the vibe, like and subscribe. If you would like to join the YouTube membership and help support the channel, that would be so lovely and so much appreciated. I've got live mixes on there for you guys, me literally mixing songs from start to finish. As those songs release, I'm putting that on the YouTube membership, entire mixes live. I'm just trying to, give y'all as much value and information as possible to help y'all do y'all's thing out here. Without further ado, I'm Audi 530. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.